guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are going to be watching season 6 episode 5 of Lost. I am very excited. In the last episode, we discovered that the numbers that we've had this whole time correspond to the main characters of the island minus Kate, and I'm really curious as to what that means for Kate, what it means for everyone else. And I mean, I think what it means is just that they were candidates, right? Like Locke said. Like he even crossed off Locke. Not Locke said, Smokey said. And he crossed off Locke because obviously he's dead. So they're candidates for who is going to run the island, which I'm assuming is why Jacob individually selected each of them and sort of steered the course of their life through his meetings to end up on the plane at the time, crossing over the island so that it could crash and they could end up there, right? Which does kind of bring into this a whole debate about fate and destiny and could they have done anything to stop it. Although the parallel or the other timeline, which I call it like the parallel or like side, what do I call it? Now I can't remember. But the other timeline, like it's not technically parallel because it's a few years behind, but you guys know what I mean when I talk about it, like the sideways timeline. Anyway, that's where we are. Sawyer is with old Smokey, and they're going to try to get off the island. Everyone else is either in the temple or going to the temple. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. And if there's going to be some big standoff between Smokey and everyone else at some point, because I can kind of only assume that there is. Also, Ilana, I believe that is her name, took some of the ashes of Jacob, which is interesting. Not sure what it means, not sure if it means anything yet, but there's only one way to find out, so let's click play and watch it. What's that scar from?
When did I have my appendix taken out?
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Interesting. So is he remembering the other timeline? Because I feel like there was another moment with Jack where he seemed to be remembering something else.
Sorry I'm late. Thought I had enough time to go home and change after work.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, David.
Okay, Dad.
David, no offense, but where the fuck did you come from? Because you did not exist before.
Is leaving an option?
Everything is an option. But I will have to stop you.
Oh. So then it's not an option.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
Hey, man.
Is that Saeed? Who is
You know
that?
there's like a kitchen in this place?
It's not Saeed.
It's all the way down the hallway, Hugo.
Who are you? Wait, is that Jacob? I recognize the voice.
Someone is coming to the island.
Now?
I need you to help them find it.
Who the fuck's coming to the island right now? Michael? That could be a random guess. But, okay.
I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, David.
Why?
Because he's your father? I wonder... I mean, I'm sure we'll find it out, but I wonder what the story is for why him and his son are not close.
Why are they all staring at me?
Just ignore them.
They think you're possessed in a way?
They wanted to give me some mysterious pill that you instructed me not to take. And then you disappeared.
Oh, he hasn't talked to him since then?
The pill was poison.
Okay, good.
They wanted me to kill you. Whatever it is they think happened to you, Saeed. They say it happened to someone else, too.
Claire.
How long have you been out here?
Since you all left? How long ago was that?
3 years.
I could get you somewhere safe. Come on, you think you can walk?
I don't think I could. I could hop, maybe. Yeah.
You shouldn't be here. Go back to the courtyard.
Tell him you can do what you want.
Oh.
Tell him you're a candidate. I'm a candidate, and I can do what I want.
Who told you that?
Jacob?
Doesn't matter. Why don't you go back to the courtyard?
俺がお前を守らねばならんのは運が良かったな。
お。
でなければその首を跳ねて。
What did he say? Can you translate, Jacob? No.
What did he say?
Yes.
You want to know?
Oh.
What are you doing here, Hugo? Going
I
through
can-
the secret passageway like you told me. I told you to bring Jack with you. If you ever try and get Jack to do something, it's like impossible. I can just go myself. You have to bring him with you, Hugo. Look, if you have any idea on how to get Jack to go on your little adventure, I'm listening, dude. Be cool, man. Act natural.
I love Hugo.
Said you and me have to go.
I'm not going anywhere, really.
I told him you'd say that, so he told me to tell you.
You have what it takes.
What,
What did you just say?
I said, you have what it takes. He said you know what that meant.
what does that mean?
Where is he?
Am I supposed to remember?
What?
Jacob. Where is he?
He's dead.
Kind of dead. Turns up whenever he wants, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. But if you want to talk to him, he's where we're going, dude.
You gotta go through the Stargate to get to Jacob.
Well, then let's go see Jacob.
You have what it takes. Okay. Yeah, because she doesn't have the baby.
You want to talk to me about what?
About where you're hiding, my son.
Well, you see, actually,
Have you been out here all this time by yourself?
Oh, no, I'm not by myself.
who you with then? You look kind of by yourself.
There's a secret door to get back into the temple on the north wall behind the big tree.
Yeah, I'm not going back to the temple.
I
I'm
thought
lost
she
on
was.
Claire.
Oh, yeah.
The people at the temple said that something happened to her.
I have to find her.
Kate, wait. Come with us and then we'll all go back to the temple together.
Dude.
She's not supposed to
Said just you and me. She's
go with,
kind
yeah.
of uninvited.
I'm inviting her.
Jack, it's okay. Just go.
Y'all just are on divergent paths at the moment. She's trying to find Claire. You're trying to have what it takes, whatever that means.
When you were David's age, your father was lucky if he could get more than one word out of you at a time.
That's because I was terrified of him, Mom.
How do you know David isn't terrified of you?
Why would he be?
Maybe you should ask him.
Oh.
Did your father ever mention a Claire Littleton?
Oh. Okay, so he's finding out in the flash sideways slash back.
Okay, well, first my father told me, and then my friend told me, so I'm pretty damn sure.
Your friend? Who's your friend?
Yeah.
My friend.
That is no clarification. I mean, she's definitely acting different, but you would act different if you had been alone for 3 years in the jungle.
Whatever happened to you guys? I thought you guys were gonna get married and have like a dozen kids.
Guess I wasn't cut out for it.
Really? I think you make a great dad.
I'd make a terrible dad.
What is that?
Shannon's inhaler?
Asthma inhaler.
Dude, it's Shannon's.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the
I
gates.
assume. How'd it get over here?
What if we time traveled again to like dinosaur times? And then we died and then we got buried here. What if these skeletons are us?
Is that possible?
I'll tell you how I found this place.
We were looking for water, right?
He followed
No.
his dad, right? His
Chasing the ghost of my dead father.
Yep.
That was his coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Or I smashed it to pieces.
But then it was
Why did
empty,
you do that?
right? Anger.
Because he wasn't in it.
Mm-hmm. So the inhaler just fell there. It's been there this whole time. I seem happy there. Wonder when the shift happened or the disconnect. I mean, anybody can seem happy, I guess, for a 5-second photo, but...
Why'd you come back? To the island?
I came back here because I was broken.
And he felt guilt over Locke, and he just didn't have a
I
good...
was stupid enough to think this place could fix me.
It makes sense, honestly, because it's the place that kind of either... Like, I don't know if it broke him or if it just escalated his breaking. What the... Oh, is that...
I don't understand. How is it that we've never seen it before?
Guess we weren't looking for it.
I was thinking, is that the place they kept Michael? But probably not. I don't think it was like a lighthouse.
Tell me where my son is.
I don't know where your damn kid is.
Kate took him!
Yes, thank you.
Kate took Aaron. She took him with her when she left the island.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean she took him?
He's been with her, with Kate, for the past 3 years.
They thought you were dead.
Aaron is 3.
Say they thought you were dead.
He's telling you the truth.
I would let him go. Yeah. Well, that's definitely not the Claire that we used to know. Because she wouldn't have done that. So he has an audition.
Is that your son?
Yes.
He's really good.
Thank you, small child. Oh, it's his kid.
Your son has a gift.
Mm-hmm.
How long has he been playing?
He doesn't know, I don't think.
I don't know.
Oh, it's another wheel thing. But once Jacob gets there, Jack's gonna have to talk through you. Will he still believe? There's names crossed off. Oh, he can see places in the mirror. It looked like buildings, right? Yeah, more buildings.
Do you see that?
I see what?
It was a building.
The mirror. I saw something in the mirror.
It's just ocean.
Mm-mm. It wasn't.
Turned into 23 degrees.
Don't.
Oh, I don't think Jacob wants...
That he said 108. Can he see himself through there?
What?
That's
What is
his
that?
parents' house.
It's the house I grew up in.
Yeah.
That's weird.
He's been watching us.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time. All of us. He's been watching us.
Yes. In fact, that is true.
Why was he watching?
I don't know.
Why is my name written down on this thing?
He didn't tell me.
What does he want from me?
Are we supposed to do...
What does he want?
I don't know, Jack!
Oh, Jack, don't.
No!
I don't know how that's the answer. I don't know how that's the answer. Obviously it's not, but like, I don't know how Jack thinks that's the answer. I don't know.
You were great in there.
You saw me?
Yep. With these apples.
I didn't want you to see me fail.
Yeah, if he didn't make it, he didn't want the disappointment.
My father didn't want to see me fail either. He said that I didn't have what it takes. Spent my whole life carrying that around with me.
Okay.
I don't ever want you to feel that way.
So that's what that was
I will
from.
always love you. No matter what you do, in my eyes, you can never fail. I just want to be a part of your life.
That's cute. I'm glad that they're repairing.
I've got some pizza back at the house. You hungry?
It's gonna be cold as fuck now. Just saying.
You got ink on your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
I have ink on my forehead? That's all you have to say? Jack broke your lighthouse, dude.
Maybe that's what he wanted.
Whoever you said we needed to help get to the island is totally screwed.
Well, I'm sure they'll find some other way.
Everything you wanted me to do didn't get done, and you don't
care.
even care.
Because that's what he wanted.
Did you want Jack to see what was in that mirror?
Mm-hmm.
Jack is here because he has to do something. Can't be told what that is. He's got to find it himself. Sometimes you can just hop in the back of someone's cab and tell them what they're supposed to do. Other times, you have to let them look out at the ocean for a while. I had to get you and Jack as far away from that temple as I possibly could.
Why?
What? Why?
Someone's coming there. Someone bad.
Dude, we gotta warn them.
You can't warn them, Hugo. I'm sorry, it's too late.
Well, who is it? Is it Richard and them? Because I don't think Richard's bad. Is it Claire?
Aaron is at the temple. I know because I saw him there. But you'll need me to get to him.
Okay. Trying to save himself. Makes sense.
How do we get in?
I think he realized when she did what she
There's
did
a secret way.
that
No one will see us.
she's not the same Claire.
If what you said was the truth, if Kate was raising Aaron, I'd kill her.
But
Am I interrupting?
what the fuck are you doing here?
John?
Is he her friend?
That's not John. This is my friend.
Smokey? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Okay. That's not great. That's not a great development for Claire. Or anyone, really, in the temple. You know? What did you think, Sammy? It was great and you loved it. Mm-hmm. My thoughts exactly. This, I think, was another really good episode. I'm really liking the Flash sideways things that they're doing. And I'm liking to see, that doesn't really make sense. I am enjoying seeing everyone's lives be different because of the ripple effect of the hydrogen bomb going off. So not only does the plane not crash, but then there's all these other ripple effects that are affecting their lives and changing the trajectory of what happened to them before and what is currently happening to them. Right? So I think it's really interesting to see this alternate version of everyone and their lives. And it's kind of strange because I almost mentally think of them as different characters because we see such different iterations of them than the iterations that we've known the whole time. So to me, there's almost like Jack, who is the one on the island, the one that I've known since season 1. And then there's Sideways Jack, or I don't even know what I would call him. But to me, those two people feel almost like different characters. And I really think that the actors are doing a really good job of distinguishing them while also keeping them the same at their core, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. I really enjoyed seeing Jack's storyline with his son and how he's trying to break the cycle and have a different relationship with his son than his dad had with him, and how he was failing. I do wonder because Jack, out of everyone, seems to be having these moments where he, like almost a deja vu, because I feel like we also saw Jack have another moment in this season where he almost seemed like a bit confused about what was happening. Sideways Jack. And so I wonder if some of this other Jack is bleeding through because he didn't remember like the appendectomy. He seems confused about his relationship with his son, and I don't know if that's just because he was unaware of what he was doing or if it's because he's not fully that Jack. Again, if that makes sense. I'm probably overthinking it, but it does feel like that Jack is almost having these moments of consciousness or awareness of the other Jack. I don't know. I also think it's interesting that Jacob is still managing to pull the strings and manipulate even from, death. And he is still able to get people where he wants. And I also think it's interesting the way that he knows instinctively, or maybe not instinctively, maybe he studied, I don't know, but he knows them. Like, he knows what will work with Hugo. He knows what will work with Jack. He knows how to get Jack to that point. And he knows that instead of showing up and telling him the answers, he needs to let Jack have the emotional journey and smash all the mirrors and go and look out at the ocean and contemplate shit. Whereas Hugo, he can just talk to him straight because Hugo will listen. But Jack is not the same as Hugo, so he has to go about his approach differently. I just think it's really interesting how he knows them so well that he knows how to get them to do what he wants them to do. It's just very interesting. Like, was he watching them through the mirrors? That implies some sort of predestination, which I kind of talked about at the beginning. Like, if they're destined to show up here, which I don't know the idea of what destiny is in the Lost Universe, but if Jacob orchestrated all of this to happen, to what level and what extent of free will do they have? Again, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I do think it's interesting that we do have Jacob to some extent still able to enforce his ideas and his vision and his plan onto the world of the living, even though he is no longer living, through Hurley. I had some hope that maybe the people in the temple were wrong about whoever was claimed, and I still have hope that Saeed can be saved and that he doesn't have to follow this path, and that somehow maybe Jacob, maybe somebody else can help him in some way. But I do worry about Claire because she is not acting like Claire. Like, she's had 3 years to cultivate this claimed persona, and I don't know that we're going to be able to save her because she's not acting like the Claire that we know, right? The Claire that we know would never kill that guy like that. The Claire that we know would understand that if Kate took Aaron, it's because Claire is taking care of Aaron for her. She would say, oh, like, why would Claire take Aaron, like, to protect him? And she would, like, have a conversation with Jen and realize that the reason that Kate took Aaron was because she left him in the middle of the forest and they found him and they thought she was dead and they had to protect him because he was a fucking baby and couldn't walk or talk or do anything and therefore would need someone to take care of him. You know? If Claire was Claire, she would realize all of that and would also realize that her child is not a baby anymore because it has been 3 years. And she would I don't know, I think be more understanding. I do think there is also something to be said about being alone, although I guess she wasn't alone if she had Smokey, but being mostly alone in the wilderness for 3 years and the effect that that would have on you and your psyche and who you were as a person, especially if you did think that your son was taken from you. Although, does she not remember leaving him in the forest and, like, walking the fuck away? Because she did that, right? That was the last time that she saw Aaron, correct? I don't know. I'm worried about what's going to happen because Claire's like, this is my friend and that's not Locke. And so she knows that it's Smokey. So Smokey is the one claiming these people, Claire and Saeed, for Smokey's own purposes. Maybe Smokey's claiming them in order to take away the candidates from Jacob because Smokey doesn't want anyone to protect the island. And so if he takes away all of the candidates, then there's no one that will be able to protect the island, maybe. Although it kind of seems like Jacob is choosing or has chosen Jack as his successor. That's just speculation on my part. But if that's true about the claiming, though, then I guess Jen is in danger because Jen, actually, we don't know if Jen or Sun or both are the candidate because it was just Quan. It didn't say if it was Jen or Sun. Either way, they're both in danger. Danger. So, especially because Jen is with Smokey, and if Smokey is claiming people to make them not eligible to be a candidate, and Smokey doesn't know which Quan it is either, then why would he not just claim Jen right now? Of course, that would assume that my theory is even correct, which it might not be. So maybe I'm just being paranoid for no reason. I do think it's interesting that Jacob said, you have what it takes. And apparently Jack's dad told him you don't have what it takes, which does imply that Jacob was watching them for their whole lives, correct? If Jacob was visiting all of them, that means that Jacob can leave the island. Yet Smokey made it seem like they couldn't leave the island. So maybe Jacob's job is to keep Smokey on the island. So if Smokey can get rid of all the candidates that protect the island, then Smokey can leave because there's no one keeping Smokey on the island. Maybe that's the final barrier. And Jacob can leave, but Smokey can't leave. And Jacob's job is actually to keep Smokey there. But if that was true, then wouldn't Smokey have been able to leave once Jacob was dead and before the next candidate was, I don't know, whatever the process is by which the candidates become Jacob? Or is it just the fact that they exist enough to keep Smokey on the island, which is why he has to kill them to get off? Or am I just making all of that up? Who can say? Not me. Y'all are probably like, you're thinking it too much. But I do think it's funny that we finally found Shannon's inhaler and that it was just where Jack's dad's body was. It was just there this whole time, and there was this whole big to-do about it in season 1, and it was just there. On the ground, not floor. I guess that mystery is solved, though, so we can mark it off of our list of mysteries that have not yet been solved. That one is a check. So, final season, we're wrapping up all the storylines, including that one. This was a really good episode. I really liked it. I feel like I'm liking Jack more again this season, which is interesting. I think it's just because I feel like I just understand what he's thinking and his motivations for things right now. And I like that he's being a leader in a way that I feel like he's being a good leader, right now, right? Like, he's the leader, but he's still letting Kate make her own choices, and he's not trying to take over her choices for her, and he's not trying to, like, skirt around and make other people's choices for them. Like, when Saeed was, like, he made Saeed's choice, kind of, right? But Saeed asked him to. He didn't just make it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm enjoying him this season. And yeah, I'm enjoying this season. I am curious what's going to happen because Sawyer is with Smokey. And Smokey is now with Claire and Jen. So I wonder how Sawyer is going to feel about that. He's not going to want Jen to get hurt, I would assume. I guess it just also depends on how far gone Sawyer is with losing Juliet and, like, how far he's willing to take his not giving a shit about himself or anyone else, which remains to be seen. Anyway, I think I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you're watching this when it drops on YouTube, then you can watch the next episode right now over on my Patreon, which is linked in the description down below. While you're over there, you can also watch my entire full-length reaction to this episode and the first 5 seasons worth of episodes of Lost. That is over on my Patreon as well, which again is linked in the description down below. I can't believe that we are getting so close to the end of this show. I'm getting a little bit stressed because I don't want to stop watching these episodes and say goodbye to these characters, but I'm excited to see the rest of the story unfold and to see the bookend of Lost. So, that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for more Lost. Until then, bye guys!